Hello?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Whiting? This is Chad Glover. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, you did. How do you feel new, honestly?
Really? They probably say Whitting, huh?
Yep, Whitting, Whittington, every single other type that you can think of.
Oh, man, yeah. Kudos to me. Yeah, I kind of looked there like, maybe I think this is Whiting, not Whitting. I never seen it like that, so thought I'd give it a shot.
Oh, yeah.
How are you doing on this fall day? It's kind of sunny, but I love that's how North Carolina weather for us, though, huh?
Hey, just about right. I know I work outside a lot of the time, so I mean, hey, I'm definitely enjoying it.
I know, right? I walked out like, oh, wow. It's like perfect right now. I'm in the Charlotte area, and it's like beautiful right now. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My old office used to be down in Charlotte, so, yeah.
Your office, what did you do or do you currently do? You don't mind me asking?
So I'm an electrician, and my office used to be in Morrisville, Gaylor Electric.
I haven't seen that before.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, they're a national major company.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, man, that's cool. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So you still do that as well?
I'm still an electrician. I'm actually one of the random fact or whatever. There's 92 licensed electricians under 40 in North Carolina. I'm one, and then there's 6.
Oh, man. I love that.
So, it's good. 10 years and no idea what the hell is going to happen, honestly.
In the next 10, you say?
Yep, the average age right now is 67, and I mean, hell, they're all getting ready to retire.
Right. Yeah, so much different things coming out. I'm the same way. I had those conversations a lot in terms of certain industries or interests of people and their shifts with just due to technology and stuff like that. But service-based things is always going to be a need, in my opinion. You know, I don't think no robot can do it. Well, I don't know. The way it's moving right now, you never can tell. So.
For electrical, no. They tried it with 3D printing houses, and it was a major failure. They can 3D print the house for everything except for the electrical. Including HVAC, including the plumbing, but not the electrical.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. I love to hear stuff like that.
It's the code book. I'm actually on board with the Department of Insurance as well for approving code changes. And I mean, the board is like nationally, we're having such a major shortage. I mean, I can't find anybody. The youngest guy that I have working for me is actually 10 years older than me.
Oh, okay, wow.
So it's, I mean, you can't find, and then everyone's been preaching to go to college for 20 years, and hey, everyone went to college, no one went to learn the trade.
Right.
They all went to behind the desk job.
Yeah, and that's so important. Like that's something I try to stress to the youth as well. Like looking at trades and carpentry, things like that. There's also if you're looking for the monetary value, it's actually more than sitting behind the desk, you know. And it's something that's transferable when it comes to just those types of skills. So yeah, that's something I speak about a lot when I'm trying to like mentor and things like that. Like it's so important. Like technology is cool. I know you gotta understand that too, but don't neglect like the trades. It's gonna move with your times too.
No matter what, hey, you can have the technology, but it doesn't mean anything if you can't plug it in and turn it on.
Right.
And don't have the electricity for it.
Exactly. Right. 100%. That's the vital part of all of this stuff. It's the power, for sure. So yeah, cool, man. I definitely have seen some of those offices and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When you thinking of like just relaxing completely.
So honestly, I mean, hey, I'm looking at selling the house here, obviously, and my longer term plan is starting my own company and being able to end up settling down some and be able to relax with family.
Oh, absolutely. You got kids and stuff at home? Wife and kids at home and stuff like that? Spouse?
My wife and kids, they're actually living in Greenville right now while we're working on selling the house here in Clayton.
Got you. And you'll be moving down to Greenville? Would you still be doing your business in North Carolina?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love to keep in contact with you, regardless of how we look to do. Because what I do is a ton of that as well, and of course, houses, buying houses, developing, and things like that.
Yep.
But I'm also trying to get in businesses with people that's doing the business, and just create a pipeline for them, or just become business owners in those certain fields. And I love somebody to have expertise that I can just refer things to, and just talk about it as well. So
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And my background, so I have a military background,
Mhm.
and I mean that's where my leadership side comes from. But I love teaching people, and I mean that's how I got on the board with the Department of Insurance. Is that hey, I started asking the right questions, and I know all the inspectors already. So if I got a question, I'll shoot it to the assistant director of the Department of Insurance State Farm Marshal's office,
Mhm.
and have an answer back in 10 minutes.
Right.
And I had to let him know about 2 weeks ago, hey, I'm pulling a meter, Duke isn't here, I don't care. I'm doing what I need to do because this is going to keep the customer safe at the end of the day.
Mhm.
And going along, I mean, I know a lot of people that wouldn't have touched it said, hey, call Duke, I'm fine.
Mhm.
I'd rather make someone safe, and I know how to do it safely, so hey.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah,
So,
that's like paramount for sure. But yeah, I definitely would though, man. One of the things that, not to carry on about it, but one thing that I'm looking to do with some of my houses and the business I have is some of the tenants inside that's looking for like trades, is giving them a curriculum once they come in. And like, hey, you can learn this skill or learn the things that I do, and then go off on your own or work with the people that's actually teaching you, so you actually know exactly what to do, and just could hire them, or again, do their own thing. So
yep.
that's definitely what I'm looking forward to do with some of my houses, trying to help the affordable housing as well as just the population of those who just had those license experiences that kind of knocked them down a bit. So here to help them out,
Oh,
places
absolutely.
to stay, man. So definitely be interested in keeping the conversation going,
Yeah,
regardless
that's
of what.
definitely something to sit down about
Yeah.
and hash
Mhm.
out.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've been in the military, so you kind of definitely know the importance of that discipline and being streamlined for sure. Yeah, my family's military, so Navy, Marines, Air Force, everything, every branch, Army. So I don't take none of that stuff. Like, ton of respect for our military and our service members for sure.
Yeah, I got a medical discharge at age 21.
Mhm. Oh, okay.
Had 7 bullets in a grenade.
Wow.
I got hit by it, so it was a bad day, but hey, I'm still here and living to talk about it. So
Absolutely.
I'm blessed.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. That's definitely a blessing. But you did your
So,
part. That's what a lot of people didn't do that call. So I definitely respect it, man, for sure. In terms of, you say your family's already down in Greenville, so they have a house already. So this house is just something that you can sell, use the money for other things.
yeah, that's basically the plan. I mean, more or less, so going into houses in the trade that I'm in, basically, you see so many different houses.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen one similar, which is a blessing, but a curse.
Yeah, it's hard to compare it. Is that what you're kind of saying? Yeah.
Yep. It's got a different layout. I mean, you've got basically, bluntly, you could turn it into a duplex very simply with, I mean, you would have to add plumbing to one side, yes, but realistically, it's very doable. If that's something that you guys wanted to go down that road about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's 4,500 square foot. I know one person that I've talked to about it, they were, that was one thing that they were looking at doing, was basically converting into a duplex and 2 separate living spaces, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 6.5 acres, which around here is hard to find more than 1 acre, realistically, and that's just being real.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quiet. We have deer in the backyard just about every week around this time.
Yeah.
I've done a ton of work here. We bought it in 21. I've done over $40,000 worth of electrical work here, including replacing the service and panels. Replaced pool panel, motor for the pools, everything like that. Replaced the gas hot water heater that was inside with an electric hybrid tankless hot water heater that has a 20-year warranty. New windows on a portion of the house, new roof, new AC unit, new well pump, new whole house water filter. And I know I'm forgetting quite a bit actually right now, but yeah.
Yeah, you sound like you really did a lot of updates to it and just taking care of it for sure.
We did roughly between $130,000 and $150,000 in repairs.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So essentially, like, that's everything.
It damn near everything except for the lipstick, and lipstick being paint and mud. Is, in all honesty, I'm terrible with mud.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, we've done a lot to it. For like 100% top dollar, I mean, yeah, it needs paint, needs the mud. Right now, it needs a deck on the back of the house. We were ripping that up. The old one's rotten out, and we're gonna put a new one in. Or it could just go down with like a rock patio, because it's not a big. It's one step down from the back door.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it's not a high deck or anything like that. And right now I'm working with insurance to try and get the pool liner replaced. Basically earlier this year, had an umbrella go into the pool, and it ripped the liner. So I'm working on getting that replaced as well, just waiting on it.
Oh, okay. And what was that you working to get replaced? Sorry, I couldn't.
The pool liner.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
In-ground pool liner. Which that has a new salt cell on it too. So, and salt cells are not cheap either.
Yes, it is. Like, in terms of when you describe like all of the electrical as well as the motor and things like that, it sounds like it's basically brand new.
Yeah, the electrical, I mean, the service, so I had to create my own quote to send off to insurance because I'm doing it with my own license. For the house, it was $22,000 for the electrical service, including upgrading the main panel to the correct amperage, replacing the transformer for Duke to the correct amperage, replacing the pool, and that was just on the service side. For the pool side, I mean, it was about $9,000 for the panel, motor, salt cell, wiring, all that. And then miscellaneous for, hey, replace outlets, replace switches, dimmers.
Oh, okay. So basically, if we can just probably set up a time I can come through there, have someone come through there. But it sounds like you just essentially just looking to sell this now and just move forward with everything and get settled down in Greenville.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to end up moving sooner than later. I mean, I've got a U-Haul coming out this weekend to end up working on loading that up to move some more furniture out.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a lot of stuff out. I mean, there's still things here and there, yes, but I've got a dumpster out front tossing stuff left and right because we're downsizing from this to about 2,025 square foot.
Oh, like that's the house you have in Greenville, like 22. You say square feet? Oh, okay.
Yep. So we're going to half the size.
Yeah. That house.
So we're working on that too.
Yeah, I seen a couple photos of it and I was like, yeah, this house is huge and it's definitely unique. And that's one of the selling things in terms of when we, we go off of appraiser rules and such. So, and that's one thing I was looking at. We just going over the rules with the appraisers. Like, man, it's gonna be kind of difficult just to make it to how it is.
Because it's a unicorn.
Yeah, it's definitely a unicorn for sure. And then
that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, it's definitely nice, but it's a unicorn to it. It's like, okay, we got to try to make it fit and adjust and stay within the budget and the confines.
Right.
Yeah. But in terms of what is it looking like in terms of the timeline? You got the U-Haul coming, and
realistically, I mean, if we ended up signing contract today, I mean, hell, I'll be out in a month.
Yeah. Because it has a pretty, wasn't like 400 or something like that, or as a mortgage still attached?
The mortgage is right at 475.
Oh, okay. What was the amount that you all had discussed? What would be the amount that you and Grant had discussed in terms of the prices you were looking to have?
So I really wanted, I mean, be able to walk away with at least 540. That's like my bare minimum bottom dollar type, because I mean there's about $25,000 to $30,000 in loans, more or less, and then we're trying to not have a complete utter loss. I mean, hell, we're already taking a $130,000 loss at that point from what we've invested in the past 3 years. So we're just trying to be able to make back a little bit and just be realistic.
So it's like 25 to 30 already in loans.
So I mean, right at 510 for hey, pay off house and done.
Yeah.
Between 5 and 510.
Oh, okay. 540.
And 540 is what we'd want to walk away with.
Okay. Yeah. What was it some things around there at that price? Is that why y'all said it's kind of that lower price? That's why y'all was saying the loss?
So we bought the house at 525.
Yeah.
And then we put in 140, so I mean we're at 675. And I mean, realistically, hey, I know that we're not gonna get that with the new constructions going for 500-600 right around here.
Yeah.
But those new constructions are also sitting on half-acre, three-quarter-acre lots.
Right.
And that's been my biggest difficulty, is having an appraiser actually look at the lot size.
Yeah, that's one of the things I ran into too on a couple of them, and it's due to again that it just your house be looking so much better, and it's like bigger and all these amenities. Like, okay, we can't account because you basically I've placed like $1 million home around $300,000 houses, so it's like, oh, okay, it don't match. So that's why I've been in a similar situation as well.
Yeah, it is a more. You go 5 minutes and you're around multiple neighborhoods, but right around here there's less homes. So I mean, it's right on the border of the country.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, there's other houses right around here selling for 500, 400. I know I've had one realtor say you can look at about 700 to 750. And that's with it being painted and everything like that as well.
Yeah. What was it? Yeah, that's what I would think, because you say you had them little cosmetic stuff updates here and there, just with the assuming like the kitchens or bathrooms or something like that.
The bathrooms, they are more dated. I've replaced the toilets, the faucets, and all that. It's just more so the cosmetic side.
Oh, okay, cool.
Maybe the vanity in the upstairs.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, as a contractor side, I'm tired because I'm already busting my ass making everyone else's house look great, and we're always the last ones to end up working on our own.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm running into, is that I'm just tired and tapped, and I want to be back with my family. So
yeah, absolutely. That's the important part, right? Just getting back to where you know what you've been missing, what you built over the years in terms of family, man. So I get it. 100%.
I'm blunt, so.
Yeah, I like that. I'm the same way. I'm super transparent. I don't have no agendas or nothing. I always look to see what's a good fit. Like, and if it's not, hey, if I'm not the fit, I always give advice on what the best thing for you to do, you know? So I'm the same way. I always search what's the problem that I'm actually solving. That's how I think. If it's no problem, I know that 9 times out of 10 is not a good fit, and I should direct them to this person. But and listening to just your situation with the property as well as just the anomaly of it all, it's like, okay, I know I would have to do these things and still will possibly run into just the market issues with all of the houses coming online right now due to the Fed rate dropping. So that's making people pause. Like, I have this property sitting on the market much longer now too. So, and then that price point is a smaller pool of people as well. So that all of those factors I think about when I get dealing with this market and what's the best course of action.
I got you.
But it's definitely we buy properties tons of different ways, and it's just hearing what you was needing in terms of like 25 to 30,000, because that is around what you would possibly walk away with, just because of the 475 and that 540. Once you would say if it would sell for 540 and paying all like closing costs or whatever, then you're around like 495, somewhere around there, just taking 8% off for everything. So you definitely spot on, like 25, 30,000. But what I could possibly do, did he speak to you about possibly, since you already got a property, it just allowing the company to take over the mortgage payments that you have and just give you money up front and take over those payments as well for a certain, maybe a smaller period of time?
So like the subject to
yeah.
So he described it somewhat, but I don't fully understand it.
Yeah, so if you look on the IRS, what I kind of like to get, if you want to get like super technical and you use really, really high intelligence, that's why I can kind of talk this way. But even on the IRS website, it talks about subject to and how to handle it in terms of interest payments and everything like that. So that's the legal side. That's like the, hey, this is actually a thing. It just is not talked about in like real estate classes because it's an investor thing. Typically, it's for sellers who sell their own properties, make their own notes, and all of the things like that. So what essentially would happen is that we would take over the payments at the closing, and as well, just like when you go buy groceries at the grocery store with an American Express card, those groceries is yours, and the receipt shows proof that you bought them. And at American Express, she has to make those payments on to American Express. However, American Express doesn't own those groceries, right? You do. And that's akin to a property. The property is like groceries. That receipt is the deed that shows that you have ownership. And you make payments to American Express for that purchase. So, and which is a mortgage. So that shows you like, hey, how separate the deed as well as a mortgage is. It's not the same thing. They just, the mortgage is saying, hey, this is how I'm going to get paid back, is that this deed and ownership. So the ownership transfers at closing. But the payments and everything, and mortgage can stay in your name for, I mean, I got some people that stand, they just want to continue to get a check every month. So they don't care. They already got the house, their family set up. They travel use the money for whatever. So that's typically how I do it. And the benefit of it too is that you get more money for your house. So if it's say we say 540 on paper, and we give you 40,000 or at closing and take care of all of the closing costs and things like that, that means that you still have $25,000 that's in equity. And I put air quotes because it's not technically equity, right? Because equity is what you get when you walk away from closing. That's like true equity. But we don't do all of that. We'll say, hey, we're willing to say 540 and just deduct however much is the mortgage, and that's how much we're willing to pay you off of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
just for simplicity in numbers, just say, hey, mortgage is 500, and then I would say, hey, give me 600.
yeah,
And give me 30,000 now, and then we'll add in $500 a payment until it's paid off for the other 10,000.
yeah,
Just in simple numbers.
yeah. That's how it works. So how it makes sense to us is that we'll look at it and say, hey, it's $3,300 mortgage payment. What can we do in terms of the exit strategy? So again, I'm talking like really high level, but the exit strategy just means that what I'm going to do with it once I buy it. I can't long-term rental because it won't cover the mortgage. So it's like you said, it's either rooms or putting it with a company. It's some other strategy we have to do in order to make cash flow, and also to pay you every month as well as the mortgage. So say we're giving you the 40,000, but then we're about to say, hey, we're going to give you 3,300 is what we pay on the mortgage, and we also going to give you $400, or just say towards the remaining $25,000 that you have in equity. And you can say, hey, I want a balloon payment in 7 years, or just let you always get the money over time, which in turn just lowers your like capital gains basically, or whatever that comes with that taxes.
Okay. I got you. So yeah, basically leasing it back. I'm owning it, leasing it to you guys, although you guys have ownership.
Yeah, and what happens is it just you get more money for it, and none of the like you don't have to fix it up or anything like that. That's something that we will have to do.
Okay.
Yeah, and it just all pencils out on the numbers if the numbers make sense.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it. And let me ask this just on the protection side for me. I mean, hey, we close, you guys are taking it over, and a year goes by, and your guys' exit strategy falls through. Can that implicate me in a bad situation?
Yeah. I mean, I know this gonna sound like super weird, but that's like the best thing that you think can happen to you. Because what happens is we fix it up top to bottom. So say we get abducted by an alien, you get the house back, and you can now just list it because it's fixed up top to bottom, everything new.
And everything's been paid off, not bad.
Right.
$7 paid back to me. Okay.
Yes, it's been getting a paid down mortgage. Everything's been paid down, and it's paid through a servicing company. So you will get alerted if anything is going wrong. So you don't have to be like, oh, taking hits on credit or anything like that. It comes back to you. You can start like a foreclosure process because you're still under it in terms of a deed of trust. You're still attached to it with your note, with your mortgage. So I mean, myself personally, I've never ever had that happen to me. It's more so a reputation thing more than anything. It's not even so much as the property or whatever. It's more so reputation because of what I do and who I teach and who I am, you know. So we just met, but you'll start probably seeing me on like stuff once you know we meet, because I plan on again talking to you about some other things with just the business side. So yeah, so I'm more so about my reputation rather than anything. So we have processes in place, and then money too. So if it don't, like if the exit strategy ain't right, we always have money to make sure that stuff is getting paid. That's the key part, you know. because it helps you too in terms of your credit, because it'll show that you have a performing note, and you have 2, so it's like, oh, you really now credit worthy. That's another plus to it. So we definitely have parameters in place though for you, and you get, again, you will hope that I do that, because you get everything in there is new at that point. Yeah, 100%.
So, alright, yeah, I mean, that's something I would definitely be interested in.
Okay.
Learning more, figuring out, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know in the immediate, I would prefer like a more so a balloon payment, just to be able to take care of some medical stuff too. But yeah.
Yeah. So what we can do? So we always go off of cycles, and being that for one, we're in an election cycle, so it's gonna take time for stuff to really get normalized. Whatever normal is going to look like going forward. So, and that's why we're willing to pay over from what it technically will be, which again is fine. So yeah, we can structure out times, and I'll be the one that's basically talking to you financial wise. Instruction it is, I send it back to like underwriters and people on my team to take a look and make sure everything's penciling out, and we'll just go from there with what makes sense, because we try to create like a win situation for the seller more so than the team. But if it feels like it's nothing that we can do, I never try to force it, because that's when you get in trouble, right? I never try to force it, because my goal isn't to like get a house back or have you taking over something that you didn't want to handle in the first place,
Right.
Yeah. So we have it. I make sure everything is etched in stone and everything is penciled in correctly for sure. So it'll be myself.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if there's anything electrical, plumbing, or HVAC, hell, I know right people to go to, because hell, I work for a company.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping I can get with you on some of the possibly buy a part of something or something. I'm definitely interested in talking to you about being getting some ownerships in some businesses and stuff.
I mean, that'd definitely a good conversation to have, because that's something I've been trying to figure out. So
yeah, absolutely. Because it sounds like you want to do your own thing anyway, so we can definitely figure it out. And I'm interested in having that conversation. Possibly hop on a Zoom call at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, for me, I'm a license holder for my company that I work for, and I mean, I'm department manager, everything like that, and I've managed projects up to 5 million square foot.
Oh, okay.
And I can actually go and turn off the lights for a Lidl warehouse in Fredericksburg, Virginia on my phone right now.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you on top of the technology too. But
and
in your
I'm
field,
project manager and do the estimating and everything like that. So I know the ins and outs, and I know expected billable hours and unbillable hours and all that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Cause that's what I'm looking to do. I want somebody reputable that we can really take something to and really expand it out. I have people, and because of my network and stuff like that, so that part I'm not concerned with. So yeah, but nice.
Yes, that'd be a good conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure we're gonna come up with something where we can, another business. Cause I'm looking to buy businesses and be a part of them. So for sure. What's a good time to reach with you back on everything? What's the next steps you think for just the property for right now?
Generally after about 5 p.m. for the most part. Not one tonight though, because I got a dinner that night with my wife.
Yeah, can't interrupt the date.
Tomorrow night, Thursday night, or late afternoon, like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 5 o'clock, whichever really.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, what I do, since it sounds like you're interested in everything, is just talk to. I'm gonna look over all the numbers, areas, and all of the things on my part. I don't need research stuff when I get on these calls. I normally just take them, and I like to just listen. I think that's more genuine and non-pretentious.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go and do my due diligence, but it sounds like we can definitely make something work if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, like I said, the biggest thing here is sheetrock in general. I hate saying the term, but I mean general handyman type stuff.
You say what? Something is general handyman?
Yeah, it's generally just handyman repairs or sheetrock repairs. That's the biggest thing that needs here.
Oh, okay.
And on a numbers wise, I go higher for my ballpark estimates, regardless of electrical or goods. I mean, more or less, 20 would be more than sufficient, including the deck and the back and everything.
You think 20 take care of everything, like even updates and things like that?
Should be, yeah.
Okay. And I get by
that's
sometimes.
with paint and all, so.
Yeah. Because the only thing is just doing like updates and upgrades to things. It's just the way property has to be, basically, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it looked immaculate with 20 should more than cover, absolutely.
Okay, sounds great. And I'll schedule some time. I may personally try to come myself. But before then, I'm pretty sure we'll probably be on like a Zoom or something before then anyway. Just talking about other things as well.
Yeah.
And but for this, I would love to close this out. Also, so yeah.
Absolutely, and yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll definitely see what we can figure out, and whichever days works easier for you. I mean, in the afternoons, I don't really got shit going on unless I'm doing something around the house and picking up stuff and packing stuff. So.
Okay.
So, and this is my cell phone, so I mean, if you need to text me, that's no problem either.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. So, what I do, I got a ton of information and to go off of. It definitely seems like we can make something work. The only thing now is just penciling it in. That sounds like a plan.
All right, yes sir. That.
I'm Mr. Whiting. You want me to call you Whiting, Mr. Whiting, or Brad? Either one is fine with me. You can call me Chad.
This sir came from the military.
Yeah, right. That's why I like. That's why I like to keep the respect going too, man. Like
I've actually got a general that I'm going to go see tomorrow, so that's gonna be an interesting one.
That's absolutely. So you still in contact with all of them, though, huh?
Well, actually, he's a customer of mine.
Oh, nice.
He had something going on at his house, and he's like, "Hey, you're an electrician, right?"
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Nice, and that's even makes it more easier, reputable, just because he know who you are, and you know that conversation. I've never talked to a general. I actually would love to have some type of conversation like that. I'm pretty sure that's interesting.
So I didn't know him in the military, but I talked to him 2-3 months ago and talked to him last week. He's like, yeah, so when can you come by? I'm like, honestly, I can't schedule that, sir. I gotta have you talk to the office. Well, I'll clear out Tuesday for you. I'm like, you gotta clear that with the office. That's
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you Tuesday morning. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Nice.
So, no, what he says goes.
Right. You can hear the steel in his tone, right? That's what I mean. Like, not the part that you may have known him in the military, but he still has that, you know, that idea of just a general. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I literally just hear some stories as much as he can tell me anyway.
So, some more stories for you, but I was combat search and rescue, pararescue, special operations.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, the missions that I went on are blacked out sheets of paper.
Wow. Yeah, that's heavy. That's when you know, yeah.
I got 4 bullets to the front of my vest and 3 to the back. Broke all my ribs, fractured ankle, meniscus, collarbone, shoulder, rotator cuff, everything.
Mm.
And that was my bad day. April 19th of 2010.
2010?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I've got those stories too.
Yeah, I bet, man. I could talk to you forever about them. Like, I love hearing, I like to hear like that up front on the line stuff, you know, and like just the respect of it, you know. Just everybody won't do that. Say it again.
The unfiltered, raw, actual information.
Yeah, everybody not built for that, you know, and wouldn't do stuff that y'all have endured, you know. So I respect it on a whole nother level for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So good stuff, man. All right, Mr. Waterman, I'll be in touch with you. I shoot you a text tomorrow, and we'll see if we want to set something up and schedule it.
All right. That'll work.
All right, brother. Take care, man.
Yes, sir.
All
Thanks,
right,
sir.
bye. Man, that was a pretty good one right there.